How's it going there?
I'm doing okay.
Good,
Cooling off a little bit, getting our Christmas weather just a little bit. Still not bad.
good. So Buddy Whittington, you got a good product that just came out. I don't know when it was released, but I just got wind of it the other day. Texas Scratch, the self-titled album.
I think it was back in September that they finally put it out on Quarto Valley Records because it's been around. We recorded it back in June or July of 2009 and on another label, and it sat on a shelf there for nearly 15 years until that label sold it to Quarto Valley to put it out. And we're happy that it's finally seeing the light of day.
Now, when you promote something that's so, few years old, you got to start remembering the details of all this stuff.
That's
It,
true.
it's interesting. I mean, I would have never thought it was a 2009 release. It was recorded, let's say, in that time.
Yeah. We we drove. Jim Suhler lives in Dallas, and I live in Fort Worth, about 30 miles apart. And I drove over to Jim's, and we jumped in his van and drove to New Jersey, which took us a day, a day and a half. And went to Showplace Studios in Dover, New Jersey, and started recording with Vince Converse and Jeff Simon and Nathaniel Peterson. And Ben Elliott was the producer and engineer. And we got it. We got all the songs, the basic tracks done in like 4.5 days. And then we didn't hear anything else about it for the longest time. And now that we know that Quarto Valley's bought it, they've already got it out and getting behind it real well. So having a good time with it.
It must be I don't know what type of feeling to know you recorded something great, which the album sounds killer, and then you don't get to hear it for so long.
Well, actually, I record after we recorded the original tracks, and then it looked like the album wasn't going to come out. I myself had an album called Six String Svengali, Buddy Whittington. And I used two of the songs from that album on that because I didn't want them to not be seen.
Right.
And then now they're back. Of course, it's a different track. It was a different track, different recording of it, but it's sounds real good to me too, I think.
How's the blues rock scene today in Texas? Is it very good? Like,
Well, it's everything got knocked out of the boat by COVID, and it's really just now kind of come getting back and getting stabilized again. And the COVID thing is coming back a little bit here. So who knows? And hopefully it'll be we'll be able to get out soon and do some gigs behind it. Jim Suhler and I have done a couple of jobs for it already. We haven't been able to hook up with Vince yet because he lives up in Denver, and we plan on getting hooked up with him and Jeff Simon, the drummer. And Nathaniel, the bass player, right not long after the album came out, he passed away. So we're gonna have to do something there. And I've got my bass player that I work with here in the Dallas Fort Worth, Wayne Six, has been playing bass with us on the jobs that we have done recently.
it's a good product. I'm going to say it like that. The sound quality, very, very nice in
Thank
the
you.
ears. You know,
You we
it's
were proud of that. That finally when we got it going, that we we did it in such a hurry, and they really did a good job of recording and in engineering it. And I agree with you. I think it sounds good too.
now we get to listen to it on Apple Music mostly, Spotify. What's your take on that? Because it's like that seems to be the trends today. The people need it on that.
Man, I honestly, a man of my vintage, I don't know anything about any of the streaming thing. I look for a media that I could hold in my hand. And new cars coming out don't have a CD player. They might have a USB input or something like that. You just stick your phone in there and go. I think it's not the greatest move in the world, but what do I know? I'm an old guy. You know what I mean?
Well, technology goes, I guess, and
Yeah, it sure does.
we got to upload it all on the internet for the people
Yep.
listening to.
I hope they listen to it.
It's hard to get stuff promoted these days. It seems you need to get the promo video out. You need to be, God knows, everywhere.
Yeah.
What's your take on making promo videos and stuff? Because it's sidetracking from the recording artists.
Well, we really haven't done anything video wise. I mean, we've got all we have that I know of now. There's not a web page for it, or I don't know whether there needs to be a web page. All they have now for it is a Facebook page. Hopefully, at some point they'll go out and hire some skinny, good-looking kids to be starring in the video and with a song playing in the background or something, because they don't need us in a video. But anyway, maybe.
How's it playing with John Mayall? You keep him busy?
Well, I haven't been in Mayall's band since 2008. I was in there for 15 years. I started in 1993 and got out in 2008, and it was a wonderful time in my life. It was, like I say, it's 20 years ago now, but we had a great time. I had at the time we had my wife and I had a 3-year-old son and a newborn baby girl here at the house. And I said, okay, I'm going to hit the road for a month. See you soon. And
Mm.
it's worked out well for us, and we were able to keep everything going, get the house paid off in the meantime, and it's John decided to let us go in 2008, and then he played. Had a friend of mine, Rocky Athas. I introduced him to Rocky at a gig that we had in Dallas one time, and John called me up a few days later and said, "Well, I just want you to know before the news hit the airwaves that I've hired your friend to play guitar." And I said, "Okay, man, I understand. No big deal." We still take, he just turned 90 years old the other day, and we still stay in contact.
And when you think, he's 90 years old and, still playing music, that's incredible.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play like he used to. I mean, we really used to, when we would go out and play, we would hit the road and just stay gone and work every day. Every day. That was a measure of the success if we had a gig every day that we were on the road. Once in a while, we would have a travel day, like a long drive where we didn't have time to play when we got to the other end. But yeah, it really was something that we were able to work like that for as long as we did.
But buddy, it's like to be a musician is not just to play guitar. Now you got to be stuck in a vehicle for
That's
six
right.
hours. Do you enjoy
Got to
that?
be a little bit of a psychologist and a little bit of a songwriter. That one sort of serves the other, and you got to be able to get along with people, and like be able to fit in with a group of people, which we were real lucky with that. We had a real good bunch that we got along well, and we played good. I think we backed up John about as good as anybody could, I think.
I've read that you got a 1963 Stratocaster. It's that's a classic.
What it is now. I don't know if you've ever heard the Johnny Cash song "One Piece at a Time" about the guy he works at the Cadillac factory and he
Mhm.
brings home parts every day and builds a Cadillac out of different year parts. It was a 63 when I got it, but now it has a new neck on it, a couple of new pickups in it. Well, actually, a couple of the same pickups, they've been rewound. And it's not it's sort of getting really beat up. I've got a couple of I used to play that one all the time, and I've got a couple of newer ones now that I play a little bit, but I'll always play that one. The neck's about worn out. The new neck that I put on it is close to being fingerboard's about worn out on it now.
How does a guitar like that, keep its tune and stuff after being worn out so bad?
Well, as long as you every now and then you have to get the frets either filed or replaced, and you have to put in new machine heads on it because the old ones, if you like the style of, I mean, there's new ones that work, locking ones, but they don't sound the same to me. So
Right.
I just put the old original ones back. I'll get a new set and put them on there. Yeah, it holds up pretty good.
And buddies like that, this album, Texas Scratch, the self-titled album, has got a pretty fine artwork also on it. Now, is this the original artwork that was previewed back in the day, or like
You know, uh, the label came up with that. I mean, like I say, it was all done before we knew the album was coming out. But I like the artwork too. It's got the Texas flag prominently displayed, and I think they did real well with it.
I think it looks good too. It's like when we need something, we need a vinyl disc. It's
Yeah.
that's going to be
Oh,
interesting.
Wouldn't it be great to have a 33 and a third long playing record of it? I would love to have one myself. Hopefully someday they'll do a vinyl on it.
You never know. Um,
No.
Buddy, it's like that. You're probably taking a little bit of time off for December and stuff, and then you're coming back full throttle soon.
Well, hopefully. I mean, like I say, I'm not. I haven't been on the road much. I went. We had a trip to Spain back in July, and I went to play with my friend Santiago Campillo in Spain. We played the San Javier Jazz Festival and some gigs around Murcia area of Spain. But that's really the only road work that I've done in quite a while. You know, I've done that a couple of times. Now, I went to England once to open for John Mayall after I was out of the band, and I think we opened like 40 shows. He had 40 shows booked in 40 days.
Wow.
So we played every day, you know, which was that was the last one I did like that. I wish I could do some more like that.
When you look at it like that, the work ethic you got to put into that is going to be incredible. 40 shows, 40 days.
Well, you know, the biggest part of it is the work part of it is just getting there. We love to do the playing, you know, and as long as we have somebody to help us in and out with the gear and put it back in the truck and go on to the next one, it's great. We love the playing part of it. It's just the, you know,
Traveling.
being able to find a place to wash your clothes and, you know, and find a good place to have lunch and get on down the road and make it to the next place, you know.
It's work, I'm sure. It's
Yeah.
to start from point A to go to point Z. It's a long
Yeah.
road. Buddy, you keep up the great work and nice talking to you today.
Thank you so much, Jason. Nice to talk to you too.
And love the album. Sounds great. And hopefully the people get to hear this.
Well, I hope so too. Thank you so much.
You have a good one.
Okay, you too, man.
Bye.
Bye.